Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Speed Gaming fans. I'm WXFan21. Welcome to this race here between Kipp and Crossproduct. We are working on getting all the audio stuff set up and ready to go. And someone is setting up, so we'll get that started. Welcome, Nerdvana Gaming as co-commentary here, and Nubian as well on the tracking gimmick.
Thank you
Nerdvana,
so
how are you?
much. I am, well, early in the morning for me, but you know what? I'm excited about this race here. We've got a good matchup here today, Kipp versus Cross Product. I think we're in for a really, really good match.
Agreed. So, we have a 10-minute delay. And I just want to get that out of the way with now. Because, as, Nerdvana and I were, chatting during pre-show, we don't go live till after 10 minutes. And something has happened in the race time room with one of the runners' streams. So, for the time being, we're going to commentate this race as normal.
Absolutely.
But until that happens, there is really nothing else we can tell you until we see it here on the stream. So Nerdvana, it's not full countdown. We can see that by the upper right-hand side of the screen.
So it could still be easily looking at major minor switch going on here, which, I mean, I always like a good major minor because it's very exciting, or at this point it can still be Chozo as well.
With nothing in the ceiling, this is going to be Chozo.
And we have an E-Tank to get it started off. That's always a welcome sight starting off.
Yep, so this is Chozo because in the ceiling is normally an energy tank, which is considered a major. So this is a Chozo seed. So what does that mean? It means these Chozo statues are going to have progression. They're the only ones that are going to have progression. In the Chozo statues, you're going to find one missile, one super, one power bomb, 3 energy tanks, and I believe a reserve tank. The rest are all the majors you see on your screens, and we are already finding our bombs, which is going to make the bomb Chorizo check and the 230 missiles check pretty interesting.
And you'll also notice in the item tracker that we're actually starting off with a small charge beam. So this means that, even if the runners don't find necessarily enough ammo to finish a lot of the small bosses along the way, they can still use a charge beam, no matter how small it is, to avoid getting soft locked, except on Mother Brain.
We don't know if this is starter or starter plus, which is unique to the dash randomizer. We could have 1 charge upgrade or 2 charge upgrades. We will find out by the end of this seed. We also have to consider the bosses for this seed. And the bosses could be randomized, like full randomized, which is shuffled. Could be shifted, which means, let's say Dragon is in Kraid's area and you defeat Dragon, that unlocks all of Kraid's area, which means Kraid's closet is open. We have Boss Surprise. We could have 4 Wrigleys, which is only a 10% chance of a surprise. So those are what we're looking for. Shuffled, shifted, vanilla, or surprise. So there is our super missile.
Nice to find that supers early. Gets a lot of access as soon as you hit to the Brinstar area.
Yes. So, folks, we should mention, as Kipp makes their way on over to Bomb Chorizo, we will see a Bomb Chorizo fight, by the way. You'll notice on the right-hand side of your screen that Cross Product is having issues with getting the stream up. And there's our missiles. So getting these out of the way with early. We're trying to get a hold of Kipp, because Cross Product's game crashed. So we're trying to figure out what is happening, and right now we don't have any response back from Kipp to see how we're going to proceed. So as of right now, Cross Product has forfeited from the race, which is unfortunate. Again, they could not, their game crashed. They've been trying to get it up and haven't been able to get it up. So, we will see what Kipp elects to do. Kipp's obviously not checking chat, probably not really checking the race time room. So, Nerdvana and I are going to call this with just commentating Kipp, and we're going to go from there. We don't know if there'll be a restart. We have no idea what's going on. So, but watching Kipp running a race is always a good time. One of the Dash Rando developers and admins.
Watching his movements along the way has been really interesting. Those simple little things like the wall climbs that he was doing, the ledge grabs, all of that is just, it looks so easy, but it's so clean the way he does it.
Agreed. Also, we can officially rule out area rando. You saw the Torian door was normal, and you saw the door leading to Green Brinstar by the Kagos was also normal. That means we have ourselves a vanilla seed. It's just normal. Go through the game. It's not an area rando. So Kipp's going to check the one major over here. The reserve tank room. And I feel like for the third time in a row, this thing has had Spacer and
it's very trolly.
Randomize Spacer's location and seeds that I commentate, please. Kidding. So, Spacer, good beam to have at this point. Gives definitely some more damage here. And again, we are waiting.
If you notice in the top right there, you can see the actual damage change as well.
Are you ready? Crossproduct has their game back.
Excellent.
They've unforfeited from the race.
Wonderful.
So you will eventually see that here on the restream, but I want to be as open and honest with all of you throughout this race. So, again, it really sucks that we had somebody crash, but you gotta proceed. Because, Nerdvana, I commentated 3 races yesterday, and at least one of those, possibly 2, ended up in you never, ever give up until you finish the seed. Because
Absolutely.
Because one of them took an unfortunate death to Mother Brain and had it saved in quite some time. That allowed the other racer to go ahead and secure the victory. It was just, you never ever give up. Never give up on a seed. Because you don't know what can happen.
Exactly. You do not know what can happen, and it can happen at any time in the game, too. I've seen several seeds that is a great find early on.
Hello, Gravity Suit.
Yes, Joss bleeding. Never give up, never surrender. Thank you, Captain Taggart.
So, interesting enough. Nerdvana, let's talk about what Gravity Suit means.
Gravity Suit can mean a few things. It can possibly mean some
Here's our
damage.
reserve, by the way.
It can possibly mean some damage reduction. We have no guarantee there.
Correct.
Not
Again,
until
that's
we
one of
actually
the
get
other
to the
things
heated
here that
areas.
are kind of... That's one of the other unique things about Dash Rando. If you haven't tried Dash Randomizer out, please go and check out the Dash Randomizer. There are so many cool and unique features. But Nerdvana, why don't you tell us a little bit about Heat Shield, damage reduction, and regular Vario?
Absolutely. So Heat Shield and damage reduction, there's a couple things you can look at there. Heat Shield is a bonus item that is added into these Dash Randos. It's not a guaranteed item that will be here, but it is a possibility that will be here. And what we can expect with that is, if we can find it earlier on, we'll more than likely start trying to find our way through Lower Norfair, if at all possible, depending on our health status at that time and item availability. But what the Dashers are going to be looking at is it's going to be a good combination of items to try and find where we need to go, more importantly, because those heat shields and things like that you can find are going to reduce the damage that you're taking from the heat in different areas, as the names might suggest. Now, gravity in itself can also offer some heat reduction as well, also not necessarily a guarantee in the particular races that they're in. They won't know until they actually hit the area and start taking damage from the heat. Now, there's
That is
also another
correct.
bonus item that we can possibly find too, and it's called the double jump. I personally have not seen this one actually show up yet. Fan, have
I
you?
have. Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about it, please?
So double jump is really weird. Think about what you normally have with a space jump. You can super jumpy, wumpy all over the place, right? With double jump, it's you get one space jump and then another one. So it's like if you've seen Metroid Prime with the space jump boots, how Samus can have that second jump. It's the same thing here in Super Metroid. You get one spring forward jump, and while you're in that space jump form, you get one additional jump. So, for example, if you're in, let's just say, because we have gravity, Everest, or for example, the room below Everest, and you didn't have gravity, you can get further with that double jump than you can anywhere else. So it's a nice item to have. Obviously, you'd rather have space jump. You'd rather have gravity in Meridia. You'd rather have Varia in Norfair. But finding that double jump can let you do some pretty cool movement tech. And we're seeing Kipp making a play for the wrecked ship.
Not a
They're
big
like,
surprise here, though. He doesn't have
no.
speed boosters, so we can't check all the items here, unfortunately. Though there is a chance that he might be able to find it here. But we'll get an idea of what kind of boss situation we're looking at as well from this check, and see what we will be working with.
Mm-hmm. This will be the first boss check. Folks, in the Twitch chat, get your predictions in. Are we going to have vanilla bosses, shuffled bosses, shifted bosses, or boss surprise? Get them in now. We're obviously not going to know for quite some time. But get your predictions in right now. Also want to let you all know, happy 4th of July as well to all of you in the United States.
Absolutely.
And, Nerdvana, we have a stacked Super Metroid Day in store. I said it all day yesterday through the 3 races I commentated. We have 9 races today total. And it's Dragon!
So this is going to be an interesting start.
There's not a lot of ammo and only 40 damage. This could be a long Dragon fight. We do not have grapple.
So with this, we do have shuffle.
It's interesting because it could still be shifted. Oh no, it is shuffled. East Meridian, top right. So
Which means
shuffled.
Which means that we could still end up seeing a surprise in shuffled.
Correct. But for the time being, it is shuffled. So the biggest difference between shuffled and shifted, in the top right-hand corner at tip screen, you see EM for East Meridian. If that had stayed WS for wrecked ship, then it is a good chance that, well, it's not a good chance, it means it's shifted. Now again, we still don't know if it's boss surprise, and Kipp getting some very important health there that they need. Again, this is going to be a very tough fight, because there was a lack of ammunition, and really using these sticky blobs to refill your ammo and health is crucial.
It's just also a great showing of what you can do. You know, 1 E-tank, limited ammo, and Kipp is actually having a nice Dragon run here.
Really is. And thank you, Gainax. Appreciate that. It can't be surprise. Surprise is only allowed in shifted. So with that being said, welcome to Chozo Boss Shuffled. Not area rando either, which isn't a bad thing.
I think the runners are going to really appreciate that.
Nice Dragon fight from Kipp.
Very nicely done. I've never seen Dragon done on 1 E-tank, and now I've seen it all.
Very nice. That was a tough fight. But Kipp
Let's see what kind of item we're looking at here.
Give me space jump.
Supers.
Okay, is that our +1? I know energy tanks is 3+1. We haven't found 1 energy tank at a Chozo location yet.
Not yet. You're absolutely right. And
So,
crossproduct's screen looks like it's getting some life to it.
yes, so I do want to let everyone know if you're just tuning in. First of all, welcome. Second, happy 4th of July to all those in the United States. Third, when this race started, Cross Product very early on had an issue with their game. Their game crashed. But they ended up forfeiting and then actually got their game back, which was pretty big, and they have unforfeited and are back to racing. If you tuned into any of the races yesterday, you never ever give up because anything can happen. And for example, say if Kipp had died to Dragon and hadn't saved in quite some time, Cross Product is right back in the race.
Alright, we see crossproduct coming in, finding his file and getting running.
Nicely done, Cross Product. Let's go.
And kept making his way back down. An interesting decision here.
Yep. And we will have that crop for you folks, no worries. So Kipp probably doing the PRKD route. We already saw the Fantoon check. No Varia though in this rando. Yet. And again, we don't know if we're even gonna get Varia. We could just have Heat Shield. We don't know. We don't know if this gravity suit has damage reduction. We will figure that out pretty soon. Now, 2 item checks left here in Red Brinstar. One we can't logically get to. If you know the damage boost, yes, you can get to it.
Still pretty risky with only one E-tank.
Yes. Not something I'd recommend, but if you're, an experienced runner like Kipp, might be able to want to swing it. That's the X-ray check. That room has to be set up a very specific way because you have to damage boost with the waivers at a specific point where they are. You have to wait for the waivers to basically cross the X-ray room to be able to get in a point where when the waivers at a certain point on the very left before the X-ray room door, then you'll be able to damage boost across to the door. So Kipp is going to bypass that. So we have one more major check inside of Red Brinstar that we cannot get to. Kipp is heading to Kraid, and we'll see which of the shuffled bosses are going to be here.
Meanwhile, crossproduct working his way through, just picked up his morph ball and his bombs, and making his way back up and making to grab his E-tank, getting set up to go visit Bomb Chorizo soon.
Yes, and Cross Product's going to realize this is Chozo. The way you can identify Chozo versus Major Minor is that ceiling item early. If it is not a Major, which is an energy tank, reserve tank, at least an energy tank, or any of the major items, this is in fact Chozo.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, Kipp is taking his safety save here, because again, we don't know exactly what boss is going to be here. If it's pretty much anything other than Kraid, it's going to be a really rough situation for him here.
Yeah. Fantoon would be a really decent scenario here to at least get that boss out of the way with. If it's Ridley, it's not what you want to see, but it is Fantoon! At least one of the easier bosses here. You can farm energy off of the whatever you want to call it, dancing flames or whatever. But off of the flame stopping, and Kipp getting super lucky to get things started, finding and getting a very fast Fantoon fight.
Double fast.
The
RNG is rewarding today.
Round. Oh, Nerdvana, if Kipp would love to see that and have that kind of fight if they were running any percent.
That would be a dream scenario there. I mean, those things right there, especially if you're working on making personal bests, that is a dream scenario for having a Fantoon fight.
Absolutely. And people are like, so what is this fast they're talking about? There are 3 patterns that Phantoon can have. It can either be fast, means when it's in its invincibility mode, there's nothing you can do to damage it. So it'll do a couple of loops and then immediately open up and you can start damaging it. Mid is just a midway through, and slow you'll know because it is a very slow before, Phantoon becomes damageable. So those are the only 3 patterns it can have, and getting a fast is outstanding. And like Nirvana said, if you're trying to run for a personal best, or, you're trying to climb the leaderboards in any of the vanilla categories, that is what you want to see in a Phantoon fight.
And at the same time, crossproduct going to be heading down to grab his logical missiles.
Double missiles here for Kipp. We're gonna see what the high jump item is. Come on, Vanilla!
Ooh, and it's Varia. Great item to find.
Yeah, Varia suit, and we're just not gonna know if that gravity suit had damage reduction or not, but that's all good. Big
Heat shield
item
is
to
officially
find.
off the menu.
Yep, and Lower Norfair now opened up as well.
Now the interesting thing is that Heat Shield could still be somewhere on the map. But with the way the item checks went, it just doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right, Slim Java. It would be very hard for it to be in the wreck chip if it's at high jump.
I mean, Gain wasn't wrong, and Slim Jobber comes in with the funnies. So, cross product actually doing a check that we haven't seen yet, and this is a very difficult check with no power bombs. They are going to go check the Chozo item statue over at Gauntlet.
Always an interesting check with lower health too. It's a great check to make, but it's as you were saying, very difficult without the power bombs. It can oftentimes hold an item though that's really needed.
Yep. Kipp not taking the save there, instead just taking the little bit of extra run room to wall jump up Bubble Mountain.
Cross product making it very cleanly through.
Looking good so far for cross product. Kipp is going to go check out that speed booster location.
And who knows, route divergence might be the one thing that does catch up cross product as well.
The only thing this could be a speed booster. That
Oh my goodness!
Speed booster.
That is going to be
the
a
item that
huge
cross product
check.
needed. Oh, because Kipp is not going back for Gauntlet.
That may be the item. As you said, never give up. That could be the item that makes the difference.
That was the one item that cross product needed to make a difference.
Not to mention when cross product finishes his Phantoon fight, he can actually go and clear the wreck ship as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we know the X-ray truthers out there would have said, X-ray is obviously the best item in the game, but still.
When you have plasma, I would agree.
I mean, you just have X-ray. I'm kidding. Play to the joke, Twitch chat. Cross product is gonna pick up. Oh, we didn't see this, but they're gonna pick up double energy.
That's going to put him
health-wise. And there's a double jump.
First race where I've gotten to actually see it implemented. I'm excited about this.
1, 2. Nicely done, and another energy tank, which is huge for Kipp. Tracy making a very good point. However, Kipp's already defeated Dragon. So Tracy was saying this is a good point to talk about for any of these races. If Cross were able to find ice before Kipp does, and Kipp doesn't find ice, the only way for Kipp to be able to get through East Meridia logically is to Crystal Flash Clip, which is an extremely hard trick to be able to do. So if you Crystal Flash Clip, there's a spot in the room before Bot's room that has an upside down L. So from the left to the right and down. You have to be able to bomb jump, lay a power bomb, get back down, bomb jump into that power bomb to be able to execute a crystal flash at a specific point, whether if the crystal flash actually clips you up to where you need to be to get to the Bot's room. If you do not have ice or speed booster, that's the only way to proceed from that room. But with Dragon already defeated, you can just go through Cack Alley.
Now that was a very interesting decision by Kipp, going down to lower Norfair with only 2 E-tanks and a little bit of reserve.
Yep.
We have no screw attack, no fast way through, making it through to the boss. So this could be a very interesting check here by Kipp.
Do 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 do. Jam out, Twitch chat. Yeah, so Mook making a very good point in Twitch chat. If you are not familiar with Kipp, Kipp is a very well-known, well-respected member and Super Metroid runner. Not only involved as a Dash Randomizer developer and supporter, but Kipp also is known for their low ice percent runs. So navigating lower Norfair should be no problem for Kipp. But again, we just don't know what boss we're going to come into. It could be Ridley. We only have 30 supers. Is it going to be bad Ridley RNG? We just don't know. Cross got to come across their gravity suit. Nerdvana, is this not the best music in Super Metroid? Because I definitely think it is.
I would agree. In Super Metroid, absolutely. My actual favorite music in the Metroid franchise itself, though, is definitely going to be Fendrina Drifts.
Front Fen or Far Fen?
Front.
Oh, better music is Far Fen. I mean, I said this yesterday. I commentate a lot of Metroid Prime as well. My top 3 favorites: Magmore Caverns 1, Far Fen 2, and then 3 is Crash Frigate, and it is going to be Vanilla Ridley.
And Kipp going in with reduced health here too, so this could be very tricky. But right now he's getting some good pogos to get the fight going. And a very clean Ridley fight.
Nicely done, Kipp.
That's actually an excellent point that Tracy was just bringing up. The only beam we have seen is Spazer. We haven't seen any other beam yet, so ammo is definitely a bit more in the forefront of Kipp's mind right now. And again, depending on Cross Product's path that he takes, we could be looking at him looking for more beams instead of ammo, where Kipp might make the decision at this point to start looking more for ammo. One thing's for sure is that cross product is going to be able to have a faster Dragon fight because he does have the speed booster.
Rigsy.
Cross product making his way back up Red Tower, more than likely at this point heading towards the wrecked ship.
Yep. It's pretty much the same route we saw Kipp take.
Except for the gauntlet check, I would agree, absolutely. Key Hunter's giving cross product a little bit of a hard time there, but not too bad. At this point, I'm almost a little bit surprised that there wasn't a Firefly check here, because that could have still held a beam. No, actually, no, I take it back. It could not have. That would be on a Chozo statue. My bad. One thing I'm interested to see, though, is just how much that speed booster is going to be giving cross product a bit of an advantage in catching up on time and seeing just how close this race is going to end up being just from that.
It is going to be something to think about, but Kipp at this point is 3 bosses ahead. Cross product is going to go through with this Dragon fight.
And Varia was at high jump boots. Oh, that is an excellent point, Tracy. At this point, Kipp does not have a Zeb skip item.
Yep.
So they can definitely make the ending very difficult.
Kinda.
We also don't have Ice Beam to shorten the Metroid fights as well.
We got the 15 power bombs, so that's not a problem. It'll just be a much longer Torian than we're normally used to seeing.
Absolutely. And cross product there taking an unfortunate death. And all the way back to the ship, unfortunately, here. Again, as you said, never give up.
Never
And cross
give
product
up!
holding true to that thought here. One important thing to remember is if you're enjoying these racers, make sure to show them a little bit of love. Make sure to view their Twitch streams, drop them a follow, give them a little bit of love there. Tell them how much you enjoyed it, because I'm sure that they'll appreciate it as well. And make sure to also drop one for Nubian God here, because he is a legendary tracker for us, doing such a great job for us. And we thank you again,
Yes.
Nubian, for everything that you do.
Exclamation point R to follow the runners, exclamation point C to follow the commentary and tracking teams. And the commentary bot is broken.
No love for the commentators. We'll keep making his way down. We're going to be seeing our final boss come up here shortly. All I can say is, Trade at Dragon. That is an interesting one.
Listen, Ray just wanted to go and have a, have
Wanted
a
to go
beach
for a
day.
swim.
That's all. Wanted to go for a swim, have a beach day. That's all.
Oh, now the runner bot's broken.
What happened to Cross Product? Did they die?
Cross products did die. Died to Dragon.
Unfortunate. And they hadn't saved in quite some time either.
No, it was a fresh start again, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
To his credit, he is still fighting, and he is facing what he has available to him. Good on you, Cross Product.
Absolutely, and knows what that speed booster is.
Absolutely, so that he knows that'll be a worthwhile item to check. And there we have our ice beam.
There it is. Kipp finds the Zeb skip item that they needed. This is still just extremely weird. 60 damage. That's it.
Do you think we see any item checks here in Meridia?
No. Kipp's done.
Well, we don't have enough ammo to clear yet.
It'll be
So
a
either we
very
need more ammo or
long Mother Brain
beams.
fight. It would be a very long fight. We could see some checks. There's a shack tools and out of the way check. We could see the plasma check. I mean, if Kipp wanted to go back way into Meridia, not Meridia, Wreck Ship, would be interesting.
We really don't know a lot about what Wreck Ship holds.
Nope. Can we give a shout out to our volunteers who are trying to fix all the bots in the Twitch chat, please?
Absolutely. I mean, I would type it in, but I'm not sure even that one's working right now. But thank you to all of you guys who are doing such a great job taking care of us. And look at that, we got the bots back. It's all fixed up.
Sigma the Great. Not to be confused with that other Sigma from the Mega Man X series. Yeah, look, Kipp looks like they're just gonna book at the G4. There's no checks here along the way either that I'm aware of.
I'm not thinking of anything in particular. The only thing that'll be really good to check maybe the sand pits, because those could easily hold something decent, but...
Again, it's Chozo, it's not gonna matter.
True. I keep thinking major minor. It's what I'm used to.
And see, that was a good use of the double jump there by Kipp. Use the gravity jump. So there's a technique where you shut off gravity suit, you begin to jump after you turn off gravity, and you actually get much higher in the water than you can turn back on. And then Kipp executed the double jump to get onto the platform. Very nicely done from Kipp. Charge, ice, and spacer, and we only have 60 damage.
As you said, it's going to be a very long mother brain fight.
I don't quite understand it, though. Spacer's supposed to give us a lot more damage. I don't think there's a setting for beam damage reduction, is there?
I haven't heard of anything myself.
I mean, Kipp could check Gauntlet on the way, which is just speed booster. Very fast seat as well.
Agreed. You know, right now we're sub 40 minutes heading into Mother Brain. I mean, that's a quick fight. Not Mother Brain, just the rest of the seed. Mother Brain's going to be slow.
Kipp's low ice experience coming in handy. Low ice percent. Interesting category.
I just thought of something. Kipp only has 2 E-tanks. Is that going to be enough?
It's not. I mean, Kipp does have the 1 reserve tank, which technically is 3 energy tanks. You've got Varia, which allows only 300 damage per rainbow beam. from Mother Brain. Just
Okay,
means
so
that throughout this extremely long fight, Kipp can't take any extra damage. If they go below 1 energy tank, like that's it. They won't be able to get through. Kipp very confident though.
beautiful clearing from those.
Mm-hmm.
Kipp doesn't have as much to worry about from losing out on supers at this point. Even if they don't quite drop him, he'll be fine. It'll just make the fight that much longer.
Yep.
Crossproduct's back in Brinstar now, making his way back down to Big Pink.
Kipp is flying. Just absolutely fantastic Metroid rooms from Kipp. Clinical.
It's maybe the fastest race this season I have seen.
I can't believe we're getting the baby skip in under 41 minutes. This is a jet seed. Absolute jet seed.
Oh, no, baby skip wouldn't make any sense here.
No. We don't
Not
have
with
the
us having
items
this
for it.
low of health.
Smart by Kipp. They're gonna take the missile and energy refill here.
Makes a lot of
After-
sense. I mean, we
Yep,
can
after-
do ice skip here, but it's gonna make it tricky, especially that if we don't land it right, that extra damage will matter.
Yeah, but also opening up that missile door and then refilling the missiles, huge. You're only gonna lose
Absolutely.
You're only gonna lose 3 missiles on this upcoming eye door.
Or, you know, a super. A super does it too.
Well, yeah. And here comes the save. Because Kipp has no choice, so they are gonna save. This could be a very long fight. This could be a fight where they could take 1 death, multiple death. Oh, yeah, 1 death, multiple deaths here in game. So it's good to have the safety save there in case Samus does take multiple deaths in the.
He gets it first try.
Yep. Nicely done by Kipp. Gonna freeze the little rings, and off we go. Done. Kipp done with Mother Brain 1 on to Mother Brain 2.
Certainly no turning back now.
Nope. Again, folks, this is going to be a much longer race.
Only missed
Alright.
one of those supers there on the neck. Not too bad.
Yeah. Though, oddly enough, it looked like a hit. So here we go. This could take a while.
Get your popcorn.
I was going to say pillows and blankets, but popcorn works too. Cross product
Nope.
grabbing their gravity suit again.
Absolutely coming to start and pick up the items that they need.
The catch-up phase of this Mother Brain fight is going to be annoying for Kipp, in my opinion.
So those of you who are newer to this, you'll notice that when Kipp is hitting that meatball on the ground, it actually was not doing damage to him. If you land on them directly in the center, they will not do damage to you on the explosion.
Also, if you're wondering why we're calling some of these different things food products, the bombs that Mother Brain 2 was dropping are called by the community meatballs. Those 4 blue rings are called onion rings. And the next phase where Mother Brain 2 shoots out the red laser, that one right there is called ketchup.
And you'll
At
also
least
see her shoot something from her eye. We call it French fry.
French fry? You mean the rainbow beam?
Nope, I mean the individual beam like the pirates shoot.
Oh, yeah, the French fry. Listen, someone must have been hungry when they were naming. Maybe. Nerd brother, I'm gonna go take a nap. Let me know when this Mother Brain fight is done.
Alright, I'll make you some coffee when you wake up.
I'm still having my iced coffee from this morning.
And cross product making his way through the red. Getting his X-ray again. Knowing what they do now, they may actually opt not to go into Dragon. And yeah, they're going into Lower Meridia at this point. They're descending down through there, taking a safety save. Oh, you know what? They might be going to it.
Probably going to grade.
Probably.
I mean, it would it make? I mean, well, they have speed booster, so it does make sense if you want to go to East Meridia. The problem is we know Ridley. Oh no, Ridley was vanilla, or
Ridley was vanilla.
Ridley was vanilla. Crade's in East Meridia. That's right. This is such a long fight. Hooray!
We made it through.
Good job, Kipp.
As far as the possibility of a rematch between Cross and Kipp, that would have to either, I believe that would have to come down to the official judges and the racers coming to an agreement on that particular situation.
You see cross-product writing fan tune on your right.
It's always fun having two boss fights at the same time. Cross Product's working on his Dopplers there. RNG helping out Cross Product a little bit there, saying, you know what, you had a tough time, here's a fast one. Kipp now working on clearing his MB3 fight. And very clean MB3 as well. A couple things happened for Cross Product, TJ Derp. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy answered you.
Yes, unfortunately, Cross Product had a game crash very early on into the race, and then forfeited, and then unforfeited once they got everything back up and running, but it was about a 15-minute gap, and then took a death after playing the seed for about 10 to 15 minutes, so they are about 20 to 30 minutes behind at this point.
Seeing a very nice escape going on.
Yep, nice moonfall from Kipp. Good escape.
Absolutely.
Clean escape so far, too.
Very. Now, we won't get the nice speed booster up the shaft here, but that's okay. We'll see some good wall jump tactics.
Absolutely.
I think we're very close to making our way to the ship and posting a final race time here.
There we go. Time.
And the official race time of 50:20.2.
Yep. 50 minutes, 17 seconds according to race time. But Kipp does finish in first. Now we are watching cross product.
We'll see what Cross ends up deciding to do here.
Cross has the information about the wreck ship. We'll see if they decide to clear anything else in the wreck ship. Quite frankly, that could be where a lot of our beams are.
I would agree. Either that or... No,
Exactly.
you have a fair point, because there's more Chozo statues in the wreck ship. Ironically, we could actually have vanilla plasma as well, because there is a Chozo statue there as well.
Yep, Shack Tool, Plasma. Also, this is my opportunity to tell you all how fantastic and awesome and amazing Kipp is as they join us. Kipp, I do apologize that I haven't told everyone how fantastic you are until this point, but 50 minutes kind of says it all. GG's, Kipp.
Yeah,
Thanks,
absolutely killer movement.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, so just real quick, just to kind of address what happened, which I was not aware of until about, I don't know, somewhere 10, 12, 15 minutes ago. But basically, whenever I race, I have limited screen. Like, I only have one computer monitor. And so basically, I've got all my things that I use for, like, tracking and whatnot up. And so I don't actually see the race chat until usually I pull it back up, like, when I get to Torian, just because I don't have anything else to look at. And then I've got Discord closed. I've got my phone on airplane, so like I can't get any kind of messages of any kind. So basically, I was not aware that Cross had technical issues until just a little bit ago. So basically, I told him to finish because, like, I feel this way regardless of whether I'm an organizer or not. I know technically the rules, say that if you have technical issues, it just kind of is what it is. But I'm willing to, like, time my start to finish versus his start to finish. So I don't know exactly, how his is going to go, but I told him to go ahead and finish it out. So anyway, I don't really know exactly all that's been going on with him. I heard he took a death. I feel like I finished that seed pretty fast. So one way or another, we'll get it sorted out. But regardless of win or loss, I feel, pretty good about the performance today. Plus, this one was actually really fun. This was a really fun one. I really enjoyed all the nuance of this one.
We were talking early on about you getting the fast in the Fantoon fight. How on any percent you're pretty much been looking at a dream scenario for going for a personal best there.
Yeah, I actually got pretty lucky. So this is all relatively speaking, but like, I'm okay at Fantoon, but relative to some of the other, like, top end players, like, usually if I don't get 6 missiles on the first round, on the first volley, a lot of times I have a hard time converting that. And what happened in this one was I couldn't get 6 because I literally only had 5, I think, when I started the Doppler. So I had to get 6 and then a super. And so I feel pretty fortunate that I was able to convert that, but I was pretty happy with that. Yeah, man, I don't know. There was just a lot of interesting stuff about this one. I kind of forgot about the fact that the gravity suit by itself doesn't provide the same protection as gravity and vanilla. And so when I first was doing that low percent Dragon fight, I was like, no problem. I've done this a million times. And then Dragon hit me for like a ton, and I was like, oh, that's not good. But other than that, everything else was pretty good. Double jump was really an interesting thing to get in a Chozo seed, considering that it is just an item out in the wild that can be anywhere. The fact that I was able to run into it right at that exact moment was actually very helpful. It let me have a very fast worst room in the game. And then I kind of honestly, like, I know this sounds crazy, but sometimes you're just on autopilot and you forget. I forgot that I only had 3 tanks going into that mother brain and that I'd have a long fight. Like, I got in the middle of Torian and I was like, oh no. But luckily for me, low percent ice is kind of my forte. So it was fun. The only other thing I want to complain about is I've never really loved Spring Ball. And y'all probably didn't notice it, but I'm just telling you, if you're used to the low percent fight, you need to have Spring Ball turned off. I tried to unmorph one time to avoid a bomb, and nothing happened, and then I took damage, and I was really upset about it. So next time that this circumstance comes up, I'm going to turn Spring Ball off.
And we do have crossproduct joining us here in chat now as well. Welcome, crossproduct. How you doing?
Yo, what's up? Sorry I couldn't give you a good race today, Kipp.
Wait, are you still running right now?
Yeah, I died to Dragon. Well, first I forgot all of the settings. Like, I forgot the entire mode. I didn't save. I went straight up to right ship, and I didn't save before the boss. And then I was like, oh, phew, it's Dragon, no problem. I have gravity suit. That provides 75% damage reduction. So I was kind of careless. And I got like 2-shot because I wasn't really paying attention to my health.
I did the same thing, or I didn't die. I almost did. I was in the health bomb or whatever mode. But hey, where'd you find that speed booster?
It was at Gauntlet.
Gauntlet was
man,
really
what-
stacked.
Yeah, Gauntlet had speed booster and 2 E-tanks.
2 E-tanks in the back?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I still died to Dragon. Well, I went in with like 120 health or something. I went in with, I think, less than 120 because he does, what, 60 damage?
Yeah. But yeah, man, GG, again, sorry that I didn't notice. What I was saying in the interview earlier was just basically like, I would have been fine with you finishing your run and then us like independently
Doing
timing
the-
start to
yeah.
finish.
Yeah, honestly, though, like, that would have given me an unfair advantage because I'd see your finish time and then be like, oh, he finished. Maybe Varia's not at Shack Tool or whatever. But maybe it
Oh,
is.
right.
Maybe you're just that fast.
It's
Varia
fine.
was like, both of the suits were actually in pretty good locations for you guys in this particular seed.
Yeah, I wasn't super thrilled about the Varia at first because, like,
Still haven't found Varia, but it's alright.
okay, yeah. So the
I'm
thing,
officially done. It's fine.
right. I guess the main thing was at first when I went up, I was kind of doing it. I made that save in Red Tower because I was like, well, you know, this is going to be a little slow, but at the same time, this kind of information could end up being critical. Like if we have a vanilla bosses layout, then going up here, I think is really strong, and I'll have access to 2 more majors. And then if it's one of the other things, then I can like reset back to my save and, you
All the
know,
way back
kind of
to
figure it
Red
out
Tower.
from
Yeah,
there.
that'd be good.
But then the Dragon thing happened, and it ended up being a slow fight. But then later, it turned out to be better because I'd never found speed or ice until the very end. And so basically, like killing Dragon early helped me have a very efficient path. I didn't have to do Botwoon, which was great. So anyway, this was a really fun seed. I enjoyed it.
How did you?
And pretty happy with my performance overall.
You didn't have to do Botwoon?
No, because I killed Dragon and I didn't have speed.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Yeah.
ice was
Oh, wow.
behind.
I
So
literally just Botwoon
yeah,
'cause
skipped
I
it.
forgot that. That's funny. Yeah, cool.
Kipp, can we talk about your absolute insane what the F happened Fantoon fight, please? That was, I think, the greatest Fantoon fight that I have seen in Rando, that I have seen in any percent, in any category. I don't care if it's 100%. That was insane. You got a fast, and a 2-round Fantoon.
yeah,
That
got a
had
little
to make you feel really good.
got a little fortunate. I think just about any Super Metroid speedrunner will identify with this. And for the record, I just want to be clear. I have actually straight up lost some randomizer races over the years by having a bad Fantoon relative to my opponent. But anytime you get a 2-round in a randomizer situation, it feels really good. As I was mentioning earlier, I feel a little fortunate. I think I was probably about 50-50 on that second round to pull it off because I had to get an extra missile in, and that's not something that is like what I would consider like a big strength. I can do it sometimes, but it's probably about 50-50. But yeah, man, felt good to get that 2-round. Took a little bit of pressure off, and yeah, just very fortunate. However, if you say you've never seen anything more impressive than that, I know you're being a little hyperbolic, but we got some guys out there that do the 1 round, which just to let everybody know, you will never see me do something like that.
What's fun is that
I wasn't being somewhat facetious or hyperbolic, but okay. I mean, again, I did forget to it completely slipped my mind after the crash and disconnect to tell everyone what a fantastic and amazing person you are. Statues going up and on. The whole thing we talked about earlier, Kipp. I'm kidding. But, yeah, Nerdvana, go ahead.
I was going to say that the interesting thing right now is that because crossproduct had a speed booster going into the wrecked ship, after clearing it, we're now seeing some interesting checks that we didn't get to see otherwise. So in wrecked ship, we've found a very nice wave beam. We've also found a screw attack as well for really good items here.
Definitely. And let me mention something while I'm thinking about it. This was a really exciting and yet at the same time kind of a bummer matchup for me because I consider Cross to be a good friend, and we've hung out a few times in person. And so I was excited to race him on the one hand. I was bummed because one of us was going to have to lose. And then I was extra bummed because I think he's a really scary guy to race against because there are a lot of scenarios that can come up where what I would consider somewhat niche plays can really be very powerful. And usually those are the kinds of things that I'm not the strongest at, but he is very good. And unfortunately for him, I kind of feel like this seed was the exact opposite. It played into
this was the seed to play straight.
Yeah, this was this played almost every single one of your strengths, Kipp. It really, really did. So I mean, hey, if you and Cross want to go head to head again, I know some people who can make that happen over at Speedrunners Arena. We can set that up.
A little best of 3 action to celebrate the 4th of July.
Listen, we've already got 7 more Super Metroid games today. I think people might be Super Metroided out by the end of the 4th.
What?
9 games. And this is my 4th game I've commentated now in less than 24. So let's go. Nice.
There's such a thing as too much. There's such a thing as too much.
Also checked X-ray. Did I just check X-ray on the restream?
Yes. Yep. High jump.
Hey, at least one of us found it.
I had to turn it off to get out.
Go ahead, Nerdvana.
Oh no, I already finished what I was saying. That's quite all right. Thank you.
All right. Well, folks, I know it's the 4th of July. People probably got stuff to do. I'm heading to my in-laws soon. Anybody else have anything they want to say before I plug the rest of the races for today?
Yeah, just again, real quick, GG to Cross.
Yeah, man, I'm glad. I mean, to be perfectly honest, the crash didn't really affect the outcome that much. Just like you said, race played into your strengths. I know, we're both good sports. Whatever we settle on, we'll both be happy, and I'm okay taking the L here, especially based on how I played, as well as just the caliber of runner I'm up against.
Yeah, I feel you, and I appreciate that. But, just as in general, I guess I would encourage anybody else out there. I'm going to speak as an organizer just for a minute. If something like this happens in the future and your opponent is unaware, just kind of do what we did here and just kind of keep going. And then, technically there's the rules, but then there's, runner preference. So you never know what'll happen. But it's easier to get some kind of result when both people finish the run. But at this point, obviously, Cross decided not to because of the time situation and the death. But no, it was a lot of fun, man. I appreciate you scheduling with me, and want to really give a shout out to the comms, not only for our race and the tracking for our race, but really throughout the whole tournament. This whole tournament's been going really well so far, and it's always great to have everybody out doing stuff. So happy 4th of July, everybody. Enjoy more Super Metroid action today.
Yes. Excellent. Cross. Nerdvana, anything you want to say before I go ahead and get into the rest of the races for today?
Also, just want to give One more reminder here to make sure to definitely follow both of the runners. Follow the tracker. Follow my co-coms here, WXFan. He does a great job. He was a pleasure to work with today. Thank you again for being here with me. And absolutely more speed running to come.
Excellent. Cross?
No, that's it, man. Just GG. Happy 4th to the USians in chat, and looking forward to the next one. Thanks for everything.
Excellent. Well, Kipp and Cross, thank you so much. We appreciate it. So again, Kipp, your winner. Cross product. Pleasure to watch both of you race. Nerdvana, was a pleasure commentating with you as well. Ton of fun. Thank you to Nubian for hanging out and being our tracker for this race. Thank you so much. Outstanding job tracking. And pleasure to do this. Always a pleasure to commentate these races here with Kipp and Cross Product. Fantastic racers.
Just remember that gravity suit only reduces enemy damage by 50% in this tournament. So important note.
You know, the
Yes,
classic
right.
4th of July statement. Hey guys, happy 4th of July, and always remember, gravity only.
So everyone, at least get out your gravity suit, and then make sure you get your your SPF 30 out. Do have some tanning responsibly. All right, 2 races coming up here in the Dash Randomizer Mystery Tournament. 2 races. These are all Eastern time. 1 p.m. Eastern. We have 2 racers. It's Fringo versus DJ Webb over on SpeedGaming 2. Ikea versus Nick Player over on the main SpeedGaming channel. And then at 3 p.m., there is another race. Then at 4, 6 p.m., 8 p.m., and 9 p.m. all Eastern time races happening. And if you like staying up late, or maybe you're just someone on the West Coast, maybe you're somebody in Europe, there is a race at 12:40 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning between Vibrant Colors and Idol. That is happening at 12:40 a.m. Eastern. And a ton of fun content coming up. We have this tournament going on. This is week 3 of the Swiss group stage here for the Dash Randomizer Mystery Tournament. If you like Super Metroid Map Randomizer, the qualifiers start this Saturday. Head over to maprando.com. Join the Discord, join the tournament. Qualifiers start for the Map Randomizer tournament this Saturday. But for Kipp, Cross Product, Nerdvana Gaming, and Nubian, I'm WXFan21 saying we'll see you next mission. Latest, peoples.